Trey, what does it mean to you to be an Avon Eagle?
It means to be a part of a program that's bigger than yourself. It's bigger than any one individual. It's a team, a group, a family.
How has that felt over the 4 years that you've been part of that?
It's been a time. It's a nice experience. It gets you to know people. It's out of your comfort zone. You get to do a sport that you love. It's fun.
You guys do some crazy things too with your early morning liftings and the dirty dozens and the two-a-days. How have those things molded you into the person that you are today?
It makes me more accountable, for anything. If you have a job or anything in the future, if you have to get up early, you're already prepared since you had to do it for football in high school.
How hard is that, getting up 5 a.m. for a lift?
I personally didn't find it that hard, but that was just because my parents always made me get up early for stuff. I didn't sleep in as a kid that much anyway.
With a future job or college or anything, how much does that give you even more discipline?
You learn to respect authority figures, because if you don't, you're punished for it severely.
How much fun have you had your senior year?
It's been pretty fun. Not as fun as some of the other years, but it's definitely fun.
What's been the difference?
I haven't done much this year. It's been a lot more sitting on the sidelines,
Yeah.
and watching everybody else succeed. But that's definitely been fun, seeing how much we've succeeded and grown over the few years.
How hard is that for you to not get in the game, but yet you're still part of it?
It's hard, but I've learned to get over it. I'm still contributing. I'm still a part of something bigger.
When your football career is over at Avon and you look back at it 5-10 years from now, what are some of the major things you could say you learned from it?
Accountability, respect, and just how to bond with people.
If you were a superhero, who would you be?
I'd be Batman, because he doesn't have any superpowers, but he does what he can for his community. He has his own methods, he has his own ways, and he has his own views.
For a flavor of ice cream, what would you be?
Mint chocolate chip. I have no reason. I'd just be mint chocolate chip.
If you were a pizza, what toppings would be on you?
Not pineapple. That's it, not pineapple.
Anything but?
I'd definitely be a meat pizza. I like meat pizzas.
What's wrong with pineapple?
It is a sweet thing added to a savory dish, and it does not belong. Does not belong.
He's played center for us since I can remember. He's never said boo. When we ask him to go in, he goes in, he plays hard, he performs. Trey's a great kid that he's embraced the weight room with Coach Cicchetti, and he's done everything we've asked. You ask him to do something at practice, he does it. You ask him to play tackle, he does it. You ask him to take reps at center during the week, he's good. So, Trey's one of those kids that I appreciate. I am confident Trei Fisher will be successful in anything after this football program. And I honestly, I don't remember how much Trey played, but I'm going to remember that Trey made me feel good because Trey's fun to be around, and he's a good kid.
What does that say about your program that you have seniors that don't get as much playing time as some of the younger kids, but here they are selfless and doing everything they can to help the team?
I think it just says a lot. It comes from Coach Elder, and he's got a powerful message, and the kids buy in, and they trust us. And I think it's all about relationships. I love every kid that coach. I love every offensive lineman. Yeah, we get on them. We're hard on them. We want them to be good, coach them hard. But I hope they know that. That's where it starts. If you guys have a great relationship between a coach and a player, right, then in the end that they want what's best for the team. And it's obviously not an I mentality. It's a we mentality. And if you can get that, which I think starts from the top down, right, if we can all have that we mentality, then we're going to be really good. He says it best, if anyone leaves tomorrow, right, program's still going on and still going to be okay, right? This is a bigger thing than just one person. So I think that's where it comes from.
Trei Fisher, I remember obviously meeting him when he was in third grade. Trey, his parents are both tall, and so we automatically thought that Trey, by the time he was in high school, would be 6'5", like his mom and dad, were really tall. And he is a tall young man, but he never got quite as tall as they did. But I just remember him from the camps early on, coming to football, and the positive energy he would bring all the time. And he's still that guy. Trey is an ultimate team guy. He's someone who shows up every day with a smile. He's a good teammate. Not necessarily someone I'd tell you that probably is in love with the game of football, but he played it because I think he believes in the inherent lessons it can teach. He's committed to it, and he's finishing what he started, and I couldn't be more proud of him for that.
You have another senior that does what you basically ask of him. How is that as a coach when you see the older kids setting that example?
Yeah, I mean, that's what Avon football is all about. In the end, I always tell kids, 10 years from now, nobody cares, how many touchdowns you scored or if you were all Ohio or all county. But they do care if you're a good teammate, if you've learned the inherent lessons of, showing up and being accountable, being someone that people can depend on. These are all things that Trei has done. If you ask him his top 5 interests in his life and things he enjoys doing, I'm not sure football will make his top 5. To me, that makes it even more special. That makes it someone who shows up every day, understands his role. He helps us by being a great challenge team player. He played JV football for us to make sure we could play two games, which develops younger guys in our program. And more importantly, he's just a kind human being who treats all of his teammates well. Couldn't be more proud of him. He's certainly found a niche as well in theater and also in choir. Those are 2 things that I look forward to watching him in this fall and spring.
How much of an advantage do the Eagles have having players like that are unselfish, that are willing to be a challenge player even if they're an older player?
I honestly don't know if I would want to do my job without guys, like that, to be quite frank. I mean, it's one thing to go out, and yes, we want to win football games, and we're trying to win conference championships and win a state championship, but we want it to be something for everybody, and everybody comes into football with a different purpose and why. I would miss that element of it if we didn't have some kids who were playing football and it maybe isn't their first priority. But yet when they show up, they give us 100% effort. And those are the kids that just make it interesting and unique, and you can tell their stories, and it's pretty inspiring to others.
Coach Elder mentioned another thing too is you're very active in other things around school with theater and everything else. And he said maybe football isn't even your top priority, but yet here you show up every day and you do your job. What does that say about you?
I put in the time that I believe is necessary for the activities that I do. I have my own priorities. I believe this has been a top priority for most of the time because this is a seasonal sport. It's not a year-round thing.
One thing Coach Elder said to me is the program can't survive without players like you, because granted you might not get out there on a Friday night, but all the other things that you do, whether it's practice or whether it's helping them get ready for the game, they need players like you. You feel that way?
I feel I've contributed what I can. I've put in the effort. It's what it is.